Hello, welcome to this week's Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blonde Intelligence. I'm your host, Miss Ronnie, where I always seek to give you exquisite cranial repertoire. This week, I kind of wanted to do it a little different. I just didn't feel like being on camera today, so hey, just roll with me. Okay, so today, I'm going to talk about developing thick skin in the industry because the media can be unkind and will try to cancel a person. Um, I just was thinking about all of the scandals that have been going on. I wouldn't necessarily say scandals. I'm going to call it negative publicity right now that's going on in the entertainment industry. But I do think about how many of them have professional teams, no public relation teams. But what happens when it happens with a upcoming or established or either a reemerging indie artist that's trying to get back into the music industry? So I know that some people would say PR, 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 and we're talking about the PR public relations, uh, not the PR press release. So I'm saying that. But what is public relations? Public relations is the practice of managing and circulating information to the public to influence public perception. So sometimes you will have statements from artists or people who are in the public eye when something negative comes out about them. And they'll make a statement, and now they have been posting it on social media. So it's not through necessarily like news outlets anymore, but I know TMZ still make, statements on behalf of the entertainment industry, some of the other bigger ones, but a lot of it now with social media. But what do indie artists do when there's no PR team? How to Handle Negative Press is a blog that I read by Red Band. According to this blog, social media guarantees that bad news travels fast and that falsehoods that go unchallenged can destroy or discredit a business or individual and cause long term reputation damage to a business image, which is true. And some people say that people in the industry, some don't make a statement, but make a statement. I'm going to say the way that Beyonce handles negative press is the way that I would tell other indie artists to handle negative press, because whatever she has to say, she put it in her music. According to this blog, it says that ignoring false information that is being spread about your brand is never a good idea. And forgive me for saying, but the thought that came to my mind, I know that people want to defend themselves, and the first person that came to my mind when I read this was DJ Envy, because he wanted to, I guess, clear up any misconception that he feels that people may have about him by making a statement, even though it was against the advice that was given to him by his attorneys. But I'm not going to go here nor there with that. The article talked about the statement that negative press is good press and shared that this may be true for smaller brands who just want to create a buzz, but not for larger established companies because they never want their image to be tarnished by negativity. And this brought, but I brought when I thought about this, when I read this, and I thought about people talked about the Cardi B and Tasha K situation. And they talked about all the things that happened before and things that both sides have said and done. But when it boiled down to it, it's just basically Cardi B, an established business, sued a smaller brand, Unwind with Tasha K, who wanted to create a buzz. The buzz that the smaller brand was creating was tarnishing the image of the established business, Cardi B. So in the word of voodoo doll, they said, not I said, but I believe that that's the reason why Cardi won her case. All the other, everything else has nothing to do with it when you can establish that these are the ways that you are tarnishing my business. The article spoke on the different forms of negative publicity, and my thoughts turned to even to AI. Now, I'm a fan of AI. but it can also be an issue. There's a YouTube channel called Celebrity Live or something like that. But it's an AI voice, and I'm assuming that generates, um, I guess, what to say based on other bloggers and things that have been in the media and come up with a narrative. But it is totally opinion based as fact. And I read some of the comments, and people are saying, hey, this stuff is not true. How are you able to post things like this? So I'm just going to even say that in this article, they talk more about social media, and it was written in 2022. This is 2023 and about to be 2024. And AI is taking over everywhere, and people see more self checkouts, and you can order online, and you can have your food delivered without talking to anybody, and all these different things. And it has spread into the entertainment industry because even with doing podcasts, you can get a AI co-host or have AI to generate the questions that you want to ask or what you want to talk about. So even with spreading negative information about your brand, you even have to I'm gonna call them the bots, the what do Neo call them? The agents. And if you're one of the ones that's working with this, you're an agent too. But YouTube has a segment of content creators that goes far beyond the boundaries of celebrity gossip. They call them the YouTube streets and the black YouTube streets. Again, as Voodoo Doll would say, which is another content creator, they said, not I said. But that's what they call them, and that's when they get, I guess, really ratchet and would just say all kinds of things about you. I mean, very disrespectful things. The article goes on to state that how you address falsehoods and misleading statements that are generated by negative publicity can impact your credibility. I'm going to tell you how I handle it in one aspect. And no fun intended, no pun intended, or however you want to say it, because I don't try to make fun of people, but as Puffy would say, no more money, more problems. But I go into High Priestess in the upright mode, which stands for secrets, mystery, the future is yet not unrevealed, silence, tenacity, wisdom, and science, which means that I sit and think because thinking is a science of how to handle certain incidents the way that I do. So they have some suggestions for negative publicity. One of the things that they said was to audit your social media channels and to set up your alerts so that you are immediately notified if someone is posting something about your brand or organization. And this is true. So I'm going to tell you about a little incident that I had. I worked with an indie artist one time, and he had a social media manager, I guess she called herself. And I had to fire her because she didn't want to manage all of the social media pages. She just wanted to manage one social media page. And so I told her, I said, look, this is not about being friends or anything like that. I said, if you're going to be the social media manager, you're going to be the social media manager. And if I have to find somebody else to be the social media manager, then I don't need you managing any page at all. And she got mad. And as a woman of color that's educated and very intuitive, I know that I get a lot of pushback from people because I intimidate them on some level. And I knew that she was going around calling people on a platform on Facebook, telling them to basically be wary of me because I do certain things to artists. Basically, she was saying I wasn't on the up and up, wasn't an up and up person, which is all of that is fine because I feel like the proof is in the pudding, and you have to keep lying to tell a lie, and the truth is always there, and it's gonna be there. So I feel like the truth prevails. But anyway, the point of me saying this is, so I end up having to block her after I fired her. And I was aware that she was calling people because some of the people was letting me know. So that right there is damaging to my business, that I would even have to counteract somebody trying to retaliate simply because I fired them. And I want you to keep in mind, she had no formal training in anything at all to even get mad, because if you want to do this, she didn't want to sign the contract. She didn't want to get paid. She just wanted to do it because she believed in that artist. That's what she said. But anyway, um, I had blocked her. I blocked all her pages. I don't know how many aliases she had. But Facebook sent me an alert that she mentioned my business in her post. So social media will alert you, even if, I don't know if that was a glitch in the system or what, but it alerted me that she made a post about me, about my business. And when I clicked on it to look, because I guess she must have had me blocked from that particular page that I didn't have her blocked from, because like I said, I don't know how many pages she had. I still got the alert that she mentioned me. And I already knew that she was defaming my character. And I already knew that she was trying to gather a group to do this. But I'm going to go on to say that some of the suggestions that they make in this article, I'm going to tell you what I did to combat that. But I am saying, do an audit on your social media, because when people mention you, don't just skip over it because you feel like you're in your ego. Look at it to see what is going on. You get clues around you. I know people sing Final Destination and different things like that. You have to believe in something higher. And if it's not the case that Facebook alerts you when somebody blocked you, Facebook alerted me. And it was on 2 occasions that I was alerted. So, and I'll just say that for that artist, even came back trying to apologize, trying to be my friend. I think was trying to be my friend in my face, but really stabbing me in my back stabbing me in my back. But to know that you still remain friends with that person and know that they said disparaging things about me, and I know that and you still remain friends with that person. And then when I say something to you, to act like you don't know and don't understand and insult my intelligence, and I am blonde intelligence. Okay. So it says correct false information or misinformation that is being shared, so falsehoods do not become permanently associated with the brand. I suggest using music and blogs and podcasts and interviews. And in my case, what I used was creating this podcast and this show. I can say whatever I want to say, and I pride myself in trying to speak facts. I try not to speak negatively on people, and I try to be an upright person. So anybody who is looking at me, if you do right when no one is looking, you don't have to worry about what people are going to say about you behind your back. Number 2, it says use facts to bolster your credibility. Use press releases. Tell the good things about you. Have a formal PR person if you can afford it. Do not appear defensive, which can have a negative impact on your brand. And again, I thought about DJ Envy. I know that you want to clear your name, but at some point you have to know when to draw the line. For me, I'd probably be like, none of that is true, but you will see. And leave it at that. You don't go into explaining things that can be used against you later. It says push positives about your brand. Spend time promoting your product instead of defending it. I suggest to artists using YouTube shorts and little short videos, Instagram posts, TikTok. TikTok is taking over. I've been talking about that. Doing your TikToks instead of focusing on the negative, promoting yourself using negative means. It says use social media to share your message quickly. So they talk about how fast social media travels. You have to use your, I'm going to say use your noodle. Remember that? Use your noodle when it comes to how you want to navigate social media because it's so quick. And as they said, bad news can travel quickly. Number 6 says turn negative PR into a marketing opportunity. And to me, that's combining steps 1 through 5. So that's what I have for you this week. And as always, I want you to like, comment, share. You can agree or even disagree with Miss Ronnie's Blonde Intelligence. Bye.
Hey girl, let me tell you about this podcast.
Girl, everybody has a podcast these days.
But this one interviews new and interesting indie artists. It's called Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blonde Intelligence.
Really? Where can I find it?
It's on all podcasting platforms, streams live on social media.
What'd you say it was called again?
It's called Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blonde Intelligence.
Girl, I'm gonna have to check her out.
Give it a check, girl.